Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Karkadash. The double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. And peace and salutations unto the speckled bird, unto all the Israelites that look like the heathen nations, and to you sisters that are out there listening and learning, and to you new brothers, and to all you brothers that are out there in the highways and byways. To y'all say shalom. And I just want to say that this video is for the Israelites only. That's who our Lord, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which his real name is Yahushai, died for. He died for the Israelites, which are who you call Black, Hispanic, and Native American. And I want to make this video, on, of course, our people, man, the Israelites, those people I just mentioned, and our people, they think that they're sovereign, they think that they have a piece of the pie, And I'm going to read this article because I came across this article, and it's basically about, Jake, our people being discriminated against, because of, their hair. And that's a curse, going to Deuteronomy 28. And I haven't really went into that in a while on the lesson, but that's a curse. But I'm going to read some of this article. It says, I am not a pet. Why we must end natural hair discrimination at work and in school. Opinion. See, right off the back is, why you got to ask yourself, Jake got to ask himself, why we always been discriminated against. For people that always say, oh, we're all equal, you're not going through anything, I'm going through that thing too, we all have our own problems. Well, we never say that you ain't dealing with certain things, but you definitely, you're not under no curse. That's for sure. You're not dealing with things on a nationwide scale. Your name is not, blackball. Your image, what you stand for, is not tweaked and distorted. The way we're represented in this society, and the way people treat us and the way people see you, just looking at you, they already think a certain way about you. It don't even matter if you a Jake that got your own so-called business, or you wearing a suit and tie, you ain't got no criminal background. Hey, man, they gonna look at you a certain way, So that's what people, they don't understand, man. Let me get this in Baruch. This is Baruch. Behold, we are yet this day still in our captivity. That's not it. It says, Baruch chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse. You see that? One of the curses of Deuteronomy 28, and I'm going to read some of them. It says, and to be subject to payments, right? We got to pay bills, And, we're paying for the sins of our forefathers because we are our forefathers in the regeneration, which is reincarnation, the same thing. It says, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. You see that? So, just because we're not, in physical slavery, we don't have yokes of iron around our necks no more. Now, it's just mental slavery. But I'm going to read some of this article. It says, imagine a world where you are punished after accomplishing a feat that quite literally defies gravity. It says, while it may sound absurd, this is the reality many face when policies are enacted that regulate and punish natural hair. And I've heard of this, but I've never really worked in I'm not that old, so I haven't been working, that long, but I haven't really worked anywhere since I've had a job and, being an adult and what so forth. And I haven't even really worked anywhere to where, they said you can't have a afro or braids or, Jake like to wear dreads, but dreads is unlawful, man. What does it say? It says, while it may sound absurd, this is the reality many face when policies are enacted that regulate and punish natural hair that happens to grow in a different direction or style in the regular or in the workplace. In schools in particular, many dress codes around Kentucky outright ban hairstyles that are natural to us and the way our hair happens to grow. Yeah, like, I grew up here, I went to school out here, and, I didn't go to a school like that, that banned, because I don't even know how many hairstyles can you have as the type of hairstyle we have. They call it nappy. You can have an afro, you can have a fade or a low cut. I'm just naming different hairstyles Jake be wearing, maybe like a flat top or a box or dreads or braids. And I know we can't have dreads, but that's the hairstyles Jake be into. Um, it says, and while it may seem like a stretch, dress code violations and the subsequent punishments are a gateway to future punishment and possible introduction to the criminal legal system. Hey, you know, and that's some, a unrighteous decrees. Let's get that. Because the way our hair grows, you can't really stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's natural. But, once again, that's us being under the curses, and we're under the rulership of this devil, man. This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. It says, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that the widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. That's what they want, man. Esau's all about conquering. Esau's all about bloodshed, physically, mainly, and spiritually, man. They don't want you. They don't want us to know who we are. I mean, I know our hair don't have to do with who we are, but hey, our hair is, even though they call it nappy, hey, our hair, the way our hair texture grows and the way it is in general, it's still better than having dog hair like a Caucasian. A lot of Jakes, they hate themselves, man. But like I said, that's a part of the curses. That's what I'm gonna bring out. It says a student suspended for their natural appearance will not want to be engaged in the learning process, nor will they want to return to the place that punished them for showing up as they are. This leads to a multitude of other issues that could be avoided if the restrictive and discriminatory regulations were never enacted in the first place. Yeah? It says, this is where the Crown Act comes into play. Crown stands for create a respectful and open world for natural hair. See? Hey, like I said, we're under the curses, man. That's crazy. You can't even grow your hair, man. That's crazy, man. That's how you know we under the vibration of the devil, man. You can't even wear certain hairstyles, man. And like I said, a couple times in this video already, dress is unlawful, but that's one of the hairstyles Jake be wearing. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. That's let me get this in Romans chapter 12, verse 2. That's why we ain't supposed to be conformed to the ways of this world, Because, hey, Esau got his own set of laws. He got his own set of rules that he goes by. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. Right, which is not, what's that scripture say? Not trimming your ways to seek love. And, hey, Jake be doing that, man. Because they want to make it. They want to live a good life. Hey, this is not our kingdom. This is the kingdom of the wicked. The Esau, Edomites, so-called white people, man. And I'm gonna go to some of the curses. I'm gonna read the curses in Deuteronomy, because this is the reason why we in this position. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And this is talking to the Israelites, man. This is Moses speaking to the Israelites, right? And they didn't end up keeping the commandments, man. That's why they went to multiple captivities, The first captivity was the Egyptian captivity. You got the Babylonians, the Persians and the Medes, the Roman captivity, the Greek captivity, And you got this captivity, man, the American captivity. It says, verse 16, it says, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. So, right, That's being, even though it's hair, that's still a curse, man. They don't do that to no other race of people, man. They don't discriminate or make laws against people that have so-called, nappy hair. They don't do that. What other race do they do that to? You know? That's a form of being cursed, Uh it says let me get something else. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get 29. It says, and thou shalt grope at noonday as the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt only be oppressed. I'm read the wrong shit. Then thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled forevermore, and no man shall save thee. You see that? So, people that are spiritually groping, everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, and you, like I said, you might have some jakes that are so-called successful, but what do they have to do to get that success? You gotta sell out, man. You read, Matthew chapter 4, where Satan was tempting Yahushua our Lord. He said, all this will I give thee if thou bow down and worship me. And that's basically what you gotta do. You gotta worship, Esau, man. And he's just a man. But, when I read that article in the beginning, they said, imagine. You see that? That's them not knowing who they are. That's them groping at noonday, man. And they don't understand, the Lord's not allowing you to prosper in your ways, and everything that we do, it's going to fail, It says, verse 32, now this is talking about slavery, but you can apply this to, like, today, because, like the scriptures say, we are yet this day in our captivity to this day, but it says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people, and thine eyes shall look and fill with longing with them all the day long, and there should be no might in thine hands. So, right. Hey, going to school, man, from kindergarten to 12th grade, or, you may have pre-K or, was it Head Start? Hey, man, that's a form of captivity, man. Because if you don't go to school, what they gonna do? They gonna send you a letter, a truancy letter, make you go to court, and then your parents can go to jail if you ain't going to school. So they make these different laws. If you live here in America, man, that's what you gotta do. You gotta go to their school system. You can't do your own thing. Even if you try to teach your kids, you try to homeschool them, you still gotta, let them know, man. And then, them not let you have your own hairstyle or whatever. Hey, that's another form of your sons and your daughters being given to other people. It says, verse 37, it says, and thou should become an astonishment and a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. Right, and a proverb and a byword is being called something outside of what your original nationality is. And that calls all different types of words, especially, with the way they are, they say our hair texture is, man. That's a form of it. They might not say nothing, but the fact that they have rules in place because of the way your hair is, come on now, man. That's being an astonishment right there. So, it says, verse 41, it says, thou should begot sons and daughters, but thou should not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. You see that? And, in the article when I read it, they said that, this allows the students not to want to go back to school. They don't want to even be around people, and we ain't supposed to be around, these heathens anyway. But, hey, Esau wants us to be, in prison. They want us to be, dead, They don't want us to be so-called successful or live a productive life. And really being productive is following the ways of Yahweh Shai. It says, verse 43, it says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. And that's coming down very low, man. You can't have a afro. That's lawful, of course. You can't have, in a lot of cases, when you work, hey, man, you can't even have a beard, And that's Esau, man. They don't want Jake, being in their original state, man. And the stranger that is within these talking about these heathens, man, these other nations outside of the Israelites, man. You know, it says, I'm gonna bring, what else can I get? You know, there's a reason why there's certain things like this that happen to us, man. We are the only people that these type of things happen to, man. You know, it says, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 65. It says, and among these nations shall thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and a failing of eyes and sorrow of mind. You see that? So, hey, even though it's just hair, but they don't understand why. They said I'm not a pet. Well, that's a part of being a proverb in the Bible, like I just read in verse 37. And they have been given the power, man, to do these things, man. We have been sent over here, and we are yet over here in this day and night captivity for a reproach, to be a laughed upon, scoffed at, mocked at, It's all because of our own disobedience and our own wickedness towards Yahweh Shem Yahushua, wanting to serve idol gods, that we are in this situation, man. And, that's, we being put down low, you can't even have your own natural hair. What type of, what is that? You can't stop the way your hair for that grow, you can't stop that. But that's how you know they're the devil, man. But I'm going to end off on that. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect, and to the speckled bird, to all the Israelites who look like the heathen nations. So y'all say shalom, wah, wah, bah, bah.